Has someone ever asked you a question that you really didn't want to answer? Have you ever gotten or given a compliment that really wasn't a compliment? How did you feel afterwards? Did you ever do something to be helpful that turned out badly? What happened? Have you ever caught someone cheating, either on a test or in a relationship? Did you say anything? Why or why not? Have you ever gotten in trouble because someone caught you cheating or thought you were cheating? What happened? What do you wish had happened? A pleasant morning to all the Valenzuelanos who are here with us today. I hope you enjoyed our last discussion on the developmental tasks and challenges of middle and late adolescents. Before we jump in straight to our discussion, these are our most essential learning competencies this morning. Identify ways that help one become capable and responsible adolescent prepared for adult life. And discuss understanding of mental health and psychological well-being to identify ways to cope with stress during adolescence. Now, let's go back to our 5 questions. Have you noticed that these 5 questions are challenging situations that test our way on how we respond on different kinds of dilemma? If you were asked by a personal question that you really didn't want to answer, your response to the situation may reflect on how you're healthy or how healthy your mind is. In dealing in this situation, you might not answer the question and choose to walk away, or might get angry and confront the person asking you this personal question. Or maybe you will just pretend that you didn't hear the question and tell to that person that you will not dignify that kind of question. Despite of whatever reaction or response you make, if you can think clearly before responding to this kind of situation and possess the understanding that you have control over the situation, then we might as well say that you truly know what you are doing. Control is an important skill to develop in the adolescent stage as preparation for adult life. Because these same emotions occur in any person who feels that their needs or desires are not being met. The same if you given a compliment, but it turns out that it wasn't a compliment at all. Your feelings might be different if you had reacted with or without control over your emotions. However, a person who lacks control may respond in a variety of ways, including with anger, physical violence, or by turning to unhealthy coping mechanisms. And my third question, what do you wish had happened if you did something good but in the end turns out bad? In this question, it seems that you don't have the control at all, because the way you think at the beginning of the situation is you are thinking good. But unfortunately, it doesn't go with the plan. Do you think you might burst into anger, yell at someone, or because of frustration, you might do something bad? Or maybe we'll just look at the situation first, postpone your reaction for a while, assert the situation, and then decide if you really need to explain yourself. Both question 4 and 5 are dealing with the popular issue, which is cheating. Nobody wants to experience the mess of having been cheated. But the way we connect ourselves in the issue and hearing that somebody was accused of cheating, we always have a templated reaction of anger. Emotions will rush into flame that sometimes cloud our judgment and logic. The way we respond to things are strongly connected with our mental health. What is mental health? According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. It also determines how we handle stress, relate to others, and make choices. Mental health is important at every stages of life, from childhood and adolescence through adulthood. Over the course of your life, if you experience mental health problems, your thinking, mood, and behavior could be affected. Many factors contribute to mental health problems, including biological factors such as genes or brain chemistry, life experiences such as trauma or abuse, or family history of mental health problems. Mental health problems are common, but help is available. People with mental health problems can get better, and many recover completely. These are the early warning signs of mental health issues. But this doesn't mean that if you are experiencing these early warning signs, you already have mental health issues. Let us all be reminded that these are only possible early warning signs. First, eating or sleeping too much or too little. Pulling away from people and usual activities. Having low or no energy. Feeling numb or like nothing matters. Having unexplained aches and pains. Feeling helpless or hopeless. Smoking, drinking, or using drugs more than usual. Feeling unusually confused, forgetful, on edge, angry, upset, worried, or scared. Yelling or fighting with family and friends. Experiencing severe mood swings that cause problems in relationships. Having persistent thoughts and memories you can't get out of your head. Hearing voices or believing things that are not true. Thinking of harming yourself or others. Inability to perform daily tasks like taking care of your siblings or getting to work or to school. If you feel or bother that you are experiencing those early signs, you might want to consider getting help from professionals. Now, what are the perks of having a healthy mind? Positive mental health allows people to realize their full potential, cope with the stresses of life, and work productively. Now that you know how important mental health is, I will share to you 10 tools in living mindfully. Kindly reflect on each of these tools and how it will help you cope with the stress and pressure you are encountering right now. First, breathe mindfully. Use your breath as an anchor to still your mind and bring focus back to the present moment. Tool 2. Listen deeply. Listen with intention. Let others fully express themselves and focus on understanding how they think and feel. Tool 3. Cultivate insight. See life as it is, allowing each experience to be an opportunity for learning. We also have tool 4. Practice compassion. Consider the thoughts and feelings of others and let tenderness, kindness, and empathy be your guides. Tool 5. Limit reactivity. Observe rather than be controlled by your emotions. Pause, breathe, and choose a skillful response based on thoughtful speech and non-violent under every condition. Tool 6. Express gratitude. Practice gratitude daily and expand it outward, appreciating everyone and everything you encounter. We have tool 7. Nurture mutual respect. appreciate our common humanity, and value different perspectives as well as your own. Tool A, build integrity. Cultivate constructive values and consistently act from respect, honesty, and kindness. Tool 9, foster leadership. Engage fully in life and in community. Share your unique talents and generosity so that others can also be inspired. And last but not the least, tool 10, be peace. Cultivate your own inner peace, becoming an agent for compassionate action and social good. Which tools do you use most often or least often? Can you think of ways to incorporate these tools into your life? Which one could you try today? After learning the different tools I discussed, I want you to answer a yes or a no at the following statements. Take note, there could be more than one correct answer. Write your answers on the comment section below. Number 1, you did really well on an exam. You said to your friends, I got the top score. What did you get? Did you think before you spoke? Kindly write your comments below. Number 2, one of your friends was bragging about getting a good score on a test, and you didn't want to tell him you failed. You said, congratulations, and then started talking about something else. Did you think before you spoke? Comment your answers. Number 3, people kept telling you about this strange color Mrs. Jenkins dyed her hair. When you saw her, you didn't think it looked that bad. So you told her, your hair's not as weird as everyone says it is. Again, did you think before you spoke? Comment down your answers. Is it a yes or is it a no? Number 4, a woman with a big belly was about to enter the door. You told your friend, we need to go open the door for that lady. She's pregnant. Did you think before you spoke? And number 5, you saw a girl looking at her phone during a test. You went up to the teacher after class and told him she was cheating. Did you think before you spoke? I am seeing a yes and I am seeing some no's. While answering those statements, I hope it will make you reflect on those situations and realize the importance of thinking first before saying or doing anything. That will also might provide you on how functional your mental health is. As I end our discussion this morning, I want you to realize that living mindfully is like being an artist. You need the right tools to practice your craft, and you need to constantly refine your technique to achieve your creative potential. In the same way, using the present moment tools stated will help you to hone a consistent mindfulness practice that will in time lead to a more aware, compassionate, and fulfilling way of life. At this point, I am now ready to entertain questions. Comment down below. Am I seeing one? Okay, we have a question from Jen. Let me read it for you, Jen. Ma'am, you discussed a while ago that it is better to seek help regarding mental health issues, but I'm afraid to tell it to others. How can I deal with this one? Thank you for that question, Jen. Well, Jen, I understand your hesitation on telling this to others. But remember, talking to someone you trust can help you reduce these fears. If you are worried in telling it to other people, it will help you feel better if you can have a list of your trusted persons and write down the possible pros and cons of telling it to them. When thinking on the pros and cons of telling someone, also consider the pros and cons of not telling them. Looking down at this list, it will remind you that you are not alone in your journey. And you have these people to overcome your fears and receive encouragement from them. I hope this answered your question, Jen. Okay, I see another one. We have a question from Joy. Ma'am, are there any ways to prevent mental health problems? Well, that is a good question, Joy. Well, we have discussed earlier the early symptoms of possible mental health issues. But there are also ways to prevent these issues to become a problem later. There are no sure ways to prevent mental health problems. However, if you think that you might have mental health issues, taking steps to control stress, escalate resilience, and to boost low self-esteem may help keep your symptoms under control. As I have mentioned earlier, there are early warning signs, so you have to pay attention to these signs. You can talk about this with your family or discuss those things you notice and make some plans. You can also contact a mental health professional like your guidance counselor to give you some assistance on your concerns. Also, taking good care of yourself, having enough sleep, proper diet, and regular exercise are also helpful in preventing mental health issues. Okay, I think that's it for today's discussion. I hope you learned something today. If you have other concerns, you can talk to your personal development teachers on your follow-up discussion. Don't forget to answer the activities on your learning packets as well. Good day and stay safe, my dear Valenzuelanos.